gentlemen, this is Jason Walker with another episode of JWalkerBuzz, where we have interesting people, we talk about interesting things, interesting events, and of course, all positive things for the community to the world. Yes, Massive and crew, we have another interesting person doing some amazing things coming out of the diaspora, actually outside of Atlanta, actually Loganville, but we'll say Atlanta, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very talented, intelligent young lady, part of that Jamaican diaspora that's about to wow the world. She is out here. She's going to be swimming, and she's going to be swimming for Jamaica. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I go any further, let me introduce you to Mariah Paulfrey. How you doing, Mariah?
I'm good, thank you.
So, Mariah, this thing about going to swim for country, which seems to be whole heap of discipline and whole heap of practice and training and, tell us a little bit about why you'd want to spend your teenage years doing something that takes a lot of time and discipline.
Okay, so it started back from when I was younger. I might have been 8 years old, and I'm sitting in my living room. And I've always grown up with an affinity for the water. I never really knew why. I just always gravitated toward it. And I knew that I liked swimming, but I didn't know if I was going to swim on this level. So fast forward to I was 8 years old. It's the 2016 Olympics, and I'm watching the TV. And you're young. You're like, okay, there's sports. I want to watch sports. And then swimming comes on. I'm like, okay, I'm a swimmer too. That's cool. And I see this woman, and it's 20, I think she was 20 years old, 19, Simone Manuel.
Okay, yes.
So, hey, she looks like me, and she's swimming because where I was practicing at the time, I never saw people of my color or of my race. So I saw her, and I was like, okay, what if I can go there too? And I saw her winning and swimming freestyle. And so I go to my mom and I'm like, Mommy, I want to go to the Olympics. And she's like, Mariah, what? And I'm like, I want to go to the Olympics. And kids, I know people are like, kids say stuff that they want to do this and that. But for me personally, it's just always been a specific calling of mine, because one, I saw someone who looked like me that could do it. And two, well, my coach also agreed that I had the potential to do it. And it was something I was just always connected to. And then I came to the crossroads of, do I want to swim for the United States or do I want to swim for Jamaica? Because my mom is Jamaican and my dad is from America. And then it dawned upon me that Jamaica needs proper representation for one, for women of color. And also just, I want to take Jamaica to gold, because the highest we've ever gotten was bronze with Aaliyah Atkinson. And I'm like,
the legend Aaliyah Atkinson.
And United States, they think they've done this over and over, and they think that they're the best in the sport, and I want to prove them wrong.
Wait, hold up. They are the best in the sport currently. So
they say.
The fact that you want to go to that goal is amazing. Now, where did that audacity come from?
Elaborate.
What makes you think that you can go ahead and become better than the United States? That's audacity. What made Barack Obama as a black man think he could actually win presidency? Where did that come from, where you could think you could be best? You could best the United States?
Well, it's because a lot of people told me that I couldn't and that I'm incapable. And it's just to say, what man thinks that they can judge my worth, Woo!
No. You just did a bar that, teenagers don't do. Please repeat that again, please. One more time.
What man says that I can't?
Sorry, continue.
For me, it's the more you tell me that I can't do it, the more I'm going to want to do it, and the more I'm going to do it better than you. And it's also just because as a person, I want to be able to give other young Black girls that image that it is possible, because a lot of people think it's not. And I know a lot of young girls that I've met who think, hey, you're not supposed to do that. We don't do that. And I want to eradicate that message and show the next generation that, yes, it is very much possible. So that's another big thing for me. And I also have asthma, like severe asthma, and I want to target that demographic as well.
Stop. Doesn't swimming have a lot to do with breathing and lung capacity?
It does. And for what I make up with my lack of lung capacity, I do in my strength, such as like my underwaters, other small details. Because I know that the girl swimming next to me, they can breathe less, they can do this less. So I got to compensate with another aspect of my technique. And that is something I had to learn how to do. That's a process in its own right.
Mariah, this is amazing. You literally, and it's amazing how you just calmly went over that a while ago. You literally just said that you have severe asthma problems, which is a big part of anything underwater. And you're like, yeah, which means I just have to compensate, and then I have to compensate. That's an amazingly mature answer and an amazing and mature way of approaching this. Aaliyah Atkinson, I need you to come and talk to this lady because this is real. All right. So you are currently, you're born in the US. You have an American father in America and a Jamaican mom.
Yeah.
I think I understand both have a bit of an athletic background, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So my father, he traveled overseas with basketball. He was always, he understood the sacrifice and the amount of time it took to reach that sort of level. So he had the international experience, right? And he has like the basic line of sports, and then my mom gets a little more specific. She swam in high school, and the only reason she wasn't in the Olympics is because her access, right? Because she was on the island. And so she had that natural swimming experience. And she's able to break down a lot of specifics to me because she had that experience. And I think that plays another big role in how I swim, because if I had no parents that didn't swim, the story might have been a little different. So I'm very blessed to have two active parentals, because they know how to train for this stuff. They know the amount of discipline it takes. They know how I should eat. It bleeds into other aspects of my life, because as an athlete, it's just different from the average person. So yeah, my mom swam, my dad did basketball, and she also has 25 years of personal training under her belt, in competition. And my dad was also a coach. So it's just like I have a very fine lineage of just activity and health.
Now, outside of the amazing awareness that you have at such a young age, literally everything that you just said, there is that stereotype, which you kind of alluded to. Black people can't swim. That's a literal stereotype out there.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been finding as you go along this journey of both swimming and then the conversation about swimming for a country that you actually don't live in? What tell us the steps, tell us what you're seeing and what's impacting you.
Okay, I will mention that I'm going to go to something a little more recent. So I swam in the Bahamas, right? The Caribbean, Nassau and all that. And I will say I had a severe culture shock when I went there compared to the United States. So here it feels a lot more, I don't want to say that in the Caribbean it's not serious, because it is, but here it's a lot more like cutthroat and just cold. Like everyone is just doing it for themselves. There's no community. No one is trying to build each other up. It's like, I'm just trying to run over you and get to the goal that I need to get to. And I'm not going to share my resources, because it's everyone for themselves. When I went to Nassau, it was literally like everyone was cheering for everybody. I love the horns also. And it was just yes, and we had the music and everyone was dancing, and just it was literally just community. Because we know that, well, I guess I don't know, maybe how it's different in the Caribbean, how the idea of swimming is presented. But when I went there, I was like, I just want to swim here. Everyone was connected to each other.
Well, what you just said is a big part of it. So
Yeah.
when you're in a smaller country like Jamaica, Bahamas, whatever, you're literally 1 degree connected from somebody else. And if you've been there long enough, and if you're in the same whatever you're into, so you said swimming. After a while, you're going to know everybody in swimming, and at that point, it's either are you going to consistently throw shade, or you're going to try and be your best self when you're around each other. Which one is more sustainable? And for most people, what you just experienced is more the vibes you'll get. That doesn't mean they won't compete hard against you.
No.
Because Bahamas, literally, when it comes to track and it comes to swimming, yeah, Bahamas is probably Jamaica's top, competition in the region, in the Caribbean region.
Oh yeah.
But your point though is in a smaller space, you're kind of forced to just like, yo, why don't we just enjoy each other's companies? That doesn't mean there won't be exceptions to the rule, because there will be exceptions to the rule.
Of course. It is just I don't know, it's just completely different from here, because the thing is, like, you do go to these meets and you will know the people there, like, even if it is in its own small community. I'll use my South Carolina meet as an example, where everyone would know each other, but it still has that vibe. That's what I'm saying. It's still there.
Well, USA is big, and eventually you probably won't see that person ever again.
True.
Whereas if you're in Bahamas or Jamaica, no matter how long you live, you guys will cross each other's paths. All right. Well, what is your specialty? When it comes to swimming, and when it comes to what you want to represent the country. Well, what swimming style are you doing?
So, like, what stroke?
Yeah.
What's my favorite? Okay, so I am a backstroker, breaststroker, and IMer, which means IM is just all 4 strokes. I swim the 2 IM, and I swim the 100 back, 100 breast, 50 back, 50 breast. I'm working up to do the 200s as well, since that helps train me for my 100s and my 50s. Yeah, I'm trying to get into those longer distance races. That helps challenge me. The reason that I kind of shied away from them for a while was because of my lung capacity. And I was always like, do that, I can't breathe. But if, like I said, I'm working on other parts of my technique. So now that when I do swim those races, it is better. Because I swam the 2 IM long course, I think 3 times. And it's insane how much the distance can help you. I know it helped me a lot in regards to my asthma.
Aaliyah, you heard that. Breaststroke, your favorite stroke. Mariah's doing it too. So I'm sending this video to Aaliyah, just to let you know. So that being said, you want to extend, you're doing all of these, which I'm very proud of you. Now, your entrance into the region, your entrance into, I understand that logo behind you, Skybound, has something to do with you being platformed in these areas. Tell us about Skybound, and tell us about what Skybound is doing.
So Skybound is doing to help those who don't have a voice. We're helping those that feel that they can't get anywhere, get somewhere, trying to spread their message and incorporate it more into the business world, while also assisting in our community. I know that's a really big one, especially on the swimming side. We want to give back to our community.
And I guess it's targeting Jamaican and other Caribbean athletes in this run.
Yes.
All right. And I guess you are the start.
Yes. Me and 2 other swimmers.
Well, who are the 2 other swimmers?
We got Skylar Richards and Nolan.
And what countries do they represent?
Jamaica.
We can work with that. Hey, make sure you learn the words to the anthem, You can't be up there with your gold medal.
I need to practice.
And please don't go out there. I'm telling you right now, don't go out there and start talking about boom and boom. You'll understand. Don't let people stray you wrong and tell you to go boom. That's not part of the anthem, okay? We'll talk about that another time. Well, Mariah, do we have any events coming up? Is there anything that we can see you at, where you'll be competing next?
Yes, October 17th. But if we're going bigger, I have my Bill Barron's meet November 8th, and then my next club meet October 17th. And then right after Bill Barron's, I leave for Jamaica, I believe November 13th. Yes.
And that's for what's happening in Jamaica.
Yeah, we have a long course meet in Jamaica.
And that goes towards you getting on the team?
Yes. It's so I can
Nice.
qualify for the Jamaican national team and I can swim for them.
That's hot. Well, we will definitely be paying attention to you. And I know you've been training all day yesterday, all day today. We just got you out of the pool status right now. Thank
Yes.
you very much, Mariah. We will be watching you. We will be supporting you. And we are with you on your mission to elevate this thing and to show people, like how Venus and Serena showed people that different looking people can play tennis. Yeah, we like the fact you want to show different people can play, can swim. So that's
Yeah.
hot. Even though the stereotype is that we can't swim, this is hot. And the Jamaican diaspora, which is kind of youngish, like you're leading the pack on this kind of manifestation
Yes.
and of excellence. Love it. So guys, we're gonna be watching out for Mariah Paulfrey. We're gonna be supporting her. We're gonna be cheering her on. We have a big event, I think, in Atlanta in October 17th, and then of course Jamaica in November. And we're gonna be watching and seeing what's happening and checking in with you.
Yes, sir. The big one is November 13th.
November
That's like the star.
the Star one. All right, well,
Yes.
we'll be supporting and watching. And of course, big respect to Skybound for making this whole new manifestation happen. A revolution, we say, in swimming.
Yes,
Ladies and
sir.
gentlemen, Mariah Paulfrey, future gold medal winner, taking Aaliyah Atkinson's legacy into the future on another level. Mariah Paulfrey, thank you very much. Thank you for inspiring us. Keep on doing what you're doing. This is Jason Walker for JWalkerBuzz. Big respect to the one and only Mariah Paulfrey. People, please support her. Watch this video, share, tell people about her, like, subscribe, and share. And of course, remember Skybound. They're doing big things. JWalkerBuzz.